Good afternoon, I'm Matt Russell, and we're up here in the Channel 16 newsroom, and today I'm here with Mr. Adrian Gagnon, the president of the Gagnon Family Reunion. Welcome, Mr. Gagnon.
Thank you very much, Matt, for having me here.
Yeah. So when is this all happening?
Well, what's happening is this started way back in August, the planning stage, but the real dates are the 24th to the 27th of June. But the Sunday prior to that is the very important Acadian Mass down at St. David Church, which is at 10:30 in the morning. And the reason I'm bringing it up because the Gagnons are very much involved in that, since the Gagnons this year is a family that's being honored. So there's a lot of things going on at that Mass, and I would appreciate it if as many people could come as they can.
Who are the supporters? Who's making all this happen?
The supporters actually is the Gagnon Reunion couldn't take place without the Acadian Festival, without the Historical Society, without the Chamber of Commerce, without the Legion, without all the individuals, the stores in town, the individuals, because they're supporters of all this. And if you took one of these things out, the festival couldn't take place. So we're dealing with businesses, we're dealing with individuals, we're dealing with Chamber, like I mentioned before, Acadian Festival Society, anything that you can think. If these people from town were not there, we would not have a reunion.
Are all these supporters, are they helping with the costs?
They're helping a lot with financial for the Acadian Festival. We go around starting maybe in January to go around to pick up ads to make money so we can send our invitation letters and so forth. And the communities of Van Buren, Madawaska, Edmundston, Fort Kent, Sanagat, Fringeville, they have this year to the tune of over $11,000 bought ads for our Gagnon Reunion. And
if I were a Gagnon, how would I be able to register for this event?
If you were a Gagnon, the dates for register are Thursday the 24th of June, the 25th of June, and the 26th. On Thursday, the hours are 8 to 2. On Friday, they're 8 to 3. And on Saturday, they're 8 to noon. So you can go there and register. Registration fee is $2 per person or $5 per family. And you go from there. Then you can, at that point, you can buy your banquet tickets. You can buy your genealogy books. You can look at souvenirs and things like that.
You just mentioned about banquet tickets?
Banquet tickets. Very important to talk about banquet tickets. The banquet tickets are $16 for grown-ups and $8 for kids between the ages of 6 and 10. Kids under 6 are free. But the reason I want to bring that up is because with catering, we cannot wait till the last minute to buy tickets. If you wait till the last minute, then the caterer has no idea of how many people he's got to cook for. So I would suggest that those of you that are interested in banquet tickets is to buy them as soon as possible. There is a deadline. As a matter of fact, the deadline is passed, but we're pushing it a little forward. The tickets can be had at the Chamber of Commerce, or at my house, Adrian Gagnon on 19th Avenue, or at Sally Gagnon's house. And our phone numbers are in the book.
And to help with those costs, and I see you brought some souvenirs that you guys are selling?
My wife's in charge of the souvenir group, and we have hats here. We have cups, Gagnon cups. We have also this type of shirt. We have also jackets, sweatshirts, T-shirts, bags that people like to carry around, and well, we have genealogy books, which brings us a little money because we make a little profit with it. And these can be had, if you want some at the present time, you can call the house of Adrian Gagnon on 19th Avenue. Make sure you call before you come because we might not be home. And these will be available during the whole registration period.
Okay. This genealogy book, who put this together?
We have genealogists in town that are very good at this, and we have Jackie Quersey, with the help of Muriel Deshane, who have done genealogy books in the past. They get the information by going to libraries and so forth to pick up genealogy from the past, And then, like in November, we sent out 7,300 invitations with a genealogy sheet, wanting these people to put the information of their family in there. They mail it back. This is put together, and that's where the genealogy book comes in. We have this year, we have 4 people that are ancestors. This came in from France in 1635 and settled in Quebec City. And 20 years later, in 1655, a cousin by the name of Robert came, and he settled on the Isle of Orleans, l'Île d'Orléans. And our ancestors, all our people came, their descendants are all over the place. What is surprising to me is that they came in 1635 and 1655, but the first Gagnon that came to the valley was in 1817, which is a long time later. The first Gagnons that came to the valley, as far as we know, every 2 or 3 weeks we find different dates. We found way back, we found it was 1831, then a couple of weeks later we found it was 1826, and now we found somebody in 1817. Could be a month from now, somebody will find that somebody came in 1798. But as far as we know right now, it's 1817, and it was in San Basil. The first one that came to the American side was in 1826. So we're dealing with a nine-year period. But like I mentioned before, they came from Quebec and the Isle of Orleans to Rivière-Ouelle, to Rimouski, to Notre-Dame-du-Lac, and then they came to the valley here.
Yeah. And you're talking about all these Gagnons. They're spread all over.
They're spread all over, yes.
And
we have a lot left from Quebec, and they went west. They went into Montana, and there's a lot in Manitoba, because we're getting responses from people from over there. They went in that area. But all of them, all the Gagnons come from those 4 people that came from France back in the 1600s, 1635 and 1655. A lot of people thought that, I got a letter the other day, that there was a Gagné, and they wanted to know more about it, and they want to buy some genealogy books. Essentially, you would think the Gagnés come from the Gagnons. They don't. There's no relation at all between the Gagnés and the Gagnons. However, there's another group of people, which are the Belzils, which are related to the Gagnons. And what happened there is, back in the 1700s, there was the Gagnons in the Rivière-du-Loup area and Rimouski area. There was one of them that his job was to take care of the islands. He was the protector of the islands. And so they called him Le Gagnon des Belles Îles, of the beautiful islands. And those people, some of them dropped Gagnon, kept Belzils, and others didn't take the Belzils. So the Belzils and the Gagnons, all the Belzils are related to the Robert Gagnon. So that's where we stand as far as Belzils are concerned. But Gagnés are not related at all to Gagnons.
Wow. And where's your farthest response been so far?
Farthest response has been from Manitoba. Well, we have a lot of Florida, but most of them from Florida are people from here that went to Florida for the winter. But as far as Canada, it's Manitoba. We have some responses from California. We have none from overseas. We have none from Hawaii, none from Europe or anything like that.
Wow.
We went to Europe, the wife and I, back in 1990, and where the Gagnons originated, there's no Gagnons there. It doesn't mean they're all here, but they're not there.
And with all these Gagnons coming together, I heard there's going to be a big talent show.
It's going to be, I think it's going to be a sensational talent show. I'm not saying it's going to be better than previous years, but we have a lot of talent coming from all over. We have Grand Falls, we have Van Buren, we have Fort Kent, we have North Carolina. We have a fellow coming in from North Carolina by the name of Mark Gagnon, whose ancestors live in the valley here. And he's a professional imitator. So he does Elvis, and he does Johnny Cash, and he's going to be part of our show.